Alright, Shalom. Similar is from GMS Raleigh, GMS, North Carolina camp, back from the Lord's willing edifying lesson. Before we go any further, involve praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and other bishops, a great millstone for teaching us from sin and truth, according to the Bible, and rule well. And peace and blessings so reflect to the nation of Israel. Take their spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Willing into a Lord's willing edifying lesson. Today's lesson, we're going to be hopping into the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, "There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so will I be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee." We saw, how the Heavenly Father was with Moses. He, gave him power, right? To, perform many miracles, right? And, bring plagues upon, ancient Egypt, right? All for the deliverance of our people, right? The Israelites, so-called, who are known today, as blacks, Negroes, right? Latinos and Native Americans, right? We are the Israelites coming back in the flesh, and those who are joined hand in hand with the Lord, no man, nor his devices would be able to stand against us, right? As Moses was with, as the Heavenly Father, Yahweh was with Moses, and our forefather Joshua, the Lord is with us today, right? This is Isaiah 54, verse 17. "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper," right? And these, intercontinental ballistic missiles are clearly a weapon, that this Edomite, plans to use, to wage war against, the nation of Israel, right? It says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper," right? All his plans, his propaganda, none of these things are going to profit against those who put their trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. A standard is going to be lifted, right? Lord's willing, grab that in Isaiah, the 59th chapter. It says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn," right? It says, "This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord." So we've been, given the authority, in the earth in these days. Peter was given the keys to the kingdom of heaven, right? So the mysteries have been unlocked, right? And we have been, set up as the ambassadors of the Lord, his representatives, and the Lord is truly with us. Yahweh Shema Shai is with us. That's why we're going on highways and hedges, cursing out the nations, cursing out the wicked of our people, right? That's our lot, that we have been, called into, and let me grab that in St. John 17. It's either verse 15, or it's verse 20. This is St. John 17:20. "Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word." Right? So not only, is, Yahweh Shai, this is a prayer, that Yahweh Shai prayed, that the Heavenly Father would preserve, those who he has been given, right? The elect, right? Not only the men, but also those who would believe, on their message, right? Verse 15, St. John 17:15, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil, right? So the evils, these bad times are coming, via the hands of our enemies. We're going to be kept and preserved, by the power of the Lord, right? No man is going to be able to stand against us in that day. No matter what you come with, it doesn't matter. The Lord is on my side, right? The Lord is, Yahweh Shema Shai is on the side, of those who put their trust in him, right? Who are walking in faith, fearing the Lord, being obedient to his ways. Isaiah 59:19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. You see, all across the earth, you have believers, coming back, fearing the Lord, right? The Israelites who are scattered, the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, which are scattered across the four corners of the earth, and we're in that same stead. Just because we're in Babylon the Great, don't mean we're not Israelite foreigners. We weren't raised in the customs of the law. You see, people think Babylon's the promised land. This is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. See, the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to lift up, a standard. Let's look up this word for standard. Just to see what it says. To escape, to flee, to flee, to hide. So to escape. Oh, let me see. Shall lift up a standard. I was going to say, it's not letting me click on it. Okay. It's basically, let me go to the lexicon to free from. Okay, so the Lord is going to lift up a standard, to, which is basically, that divine, intervention, spiritual powers, being shown forth in the earth via the angels, stepping in, Michael the archangel, or, the Lord endowing men with power. Men have, gotten power throughout the scriptures, many a times, Let's go back to the book of Joshua, the first chapter. This is Joshua 1:5. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so shall I be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Right? The Lord's a man of his word. But you gotta believe it, and you show forth your belief through your actions, right? And doing the work. It says, be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide in inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Right? So, we're gonna receive that land once again. The Lord swore, he took an oath, swore by his name that he would give us the land. He promised our forefathers, and a man's word, a man's word, used to mean something. When a man would say something, he would do it. So how much more the Heavenly Father? Scripture tells us about that, right? So it says, be strong and of good courage. You see, so you gotta be able to, you gotta have courage. You gotta be, you gotta be brave and believe. Faith is courage in action. It says, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee, and turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whither thou goest. Right? So that's the goal. What we're laboring for, what we're laboring in, we're looking for it to prosper. We're putting in the building blocks, for the throne of David, the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh Shah is throne down here upon the earth. You see, that's what we're fighting for. That's what we are ushering in. And we believe it's going to happen, right? And we show that belief through our faith, and the confidence that we have that the Lord is with us, right? As we chant down Babylon, right? So with that, I pray the edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Take someone to say Shalom.